What's going on, guys? Coach Vic here. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about whether or not you should be swinging 3-0. Okay, so you all may have heard or seen Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting a 3-0 grand slam just a few days ago. With his team with a 7-run lead in the 8th inning. Now, in my opinion, first off, I'm totally all for him with getting the green light in this situation. The way that the other team handles it, their reaction to this is one of those things that I totally just do not understand. I think it's a bit ridiculous, to be honest, that they expect another team to let up when trying to win a ball game. It's not like it was 20-0, right? It was just a 7-run game, right? Let's say Tatis doesn't hit a grand slam and somehow the Rangers get out of that inning. It's a 7-run lead. Maybe the Rangers come back the next inning and the Padres load the bases and the Rangers hit a grand slam. Now it's a 3-run game. It's a save situation. So 7 runs in the major leagues at the highest level of baseball is not a lot of runs. So there's no reason for anybody to be letting up, even in any scenario, even if it was 20-0. Why let up, right? What's the difference if you lose by 5 runs or you lose by 15 or 20? So what? Deal with it. I don't want my hitters or myself personally, I'm not going to let up just because I might hurt your feelings by swinging 3-0. It's a game. It's meant to be played until the end. And that's how it goes. Because, the funny thing about baseball is that the very next day, the Rangers could beat the Padres 14-0 also. That's just how this game works. So I think at no point should we sacrifice or let up in any situation, to be honest. Anyways, that's just my little rant. But let's get to the point of this video, which is whether or not we should be swinging 3-0. Okay? In this particular situation with Fernando Tatis, he is the hottest hitter in the world at the moment, right? And of course, one of the best in the world because he's in the major leagues. So being as hot, as red hot as he is, being up by 7, so even if it doesn't work out, there's still that little bit of cushion in that 7-run lead. In this situation, Fernando Tatis, green light all day long. Now, what instances should you not swing 3-0? If the coach gives you the take sign. Okay, it is our responsibility as players, and I know you're not going to like it, but when the coach gives you a take sign, we have to trust that it is for the betterment of the team, okay, and that he sees it as a situation that it is best for a take. Good news is, even if you do take, there's a chance this can be ball 4, you take your base and you help your team. If you take it and it's a strike, well, now you're 3-1. Now you've got the green light. Right? And we're hitters. All we need is just 1. So we got to be comfortable with taking a strike and hitting in a 3-1 and even 3-2 count. Okay, another factor that may be best to take on 3-0 is, well, if you're not Fernando Tatis or Mike Trout or Miguel Cabrera or Bryce Harper, these types of guys in their position and being the best in the world, they may get more leeway on swinging 3-0. But if we're talking about amateur baseball, college baseball, you're not the best hitter in the world yet, maybe. But still, a lot of young players don't have the plate discipline. A lot of hitters will swing at a ball 4. Okay, so major leaguers have the discipline oftentimes to be able to, if they don't get a good pitch on 3-0, that they're able to lay off it and take the walk. Sometimes with young hitters, coaches are going to put on the take sign if they think that hitter doesn't have the discipline to lay off if it's ball 4. Another scenario might be leading off. Okay, so in this case, the case with Fernando Tatis, the bases were loaded, hot hitter, right? Everything was kind of lining up for him to get that green light and to go for it. In another case, when you're leading off the game, and maybe it's a closer game, maybe it's a 1-run game, your team needs base runners. Okay, so again, you're not the hottest hitter in the world. Okay, maybe don't have the greatest discipline. Okay, it's still something you're improving, but maybe you don't have a pro level discipline, and maybe it's a close game and you're leading off. Okay, in that situation, it may be best to take a pitch on 3-0. Especially, again, if you're at the lower levels, oftentimes kids at 3-0, they struggle to throw that first strike, resulting in giving you a walk and getting you on base, which is what you need in a close game. Another possible situation where you might want to take 3-0 is your first AB of a game. Maybe it's 0-0, 0-0 score. There's nobody on, maybe nobody out. Maybe you're leading off, or even if you're first or second up, with 1 or 2 outs, first time facing a pitcher, maybe 3-0. You want to take a pitch, right? You haven't seen a strike on the day yet. But then again, also 3-0 could be the best time to swing. You all kind of have to feel it out, right? And you definitely have to pick up your coach to see if he's on board with you. Another tip could be to communicate with your coach. If this is unclear on this take sign rule, if they don't have a take sign, go to your coach before or after a game and talk to him. Ask him what is, him or her, ask them what happens in the event of a 3-0, because it's going to be different for every hitter, right? Guys that are speedy on the base paths, good base runners, it might be best to take on 3-0 because, hey, we need you on base. Guys in the middle, in the meat of the lineup, maybe it's a little bit better to have more green lights in 3-0, those hitters that can really put a charge into a cookie down the middle. But just a reminder, at no point in time should we be taking 3-0 for the purpose of protecting the other team's ego. Unwritten rules were never written. No matter how much we beat another team by, it doesn't mean that it's a personal disrespect to the other team or to the coach. Okay, but we must be competitors, because the next day we may not be so lucky. The other team may be putting a whooping on us. Okay, but if you're playing against my team and we're putting a whooping on you, do not expect for anyone, myself included, to let up. If anything, it's just a lesson. For when you play me, bring your best. So anyways, guys, this was just a little bit of a kind of almost like a little bit of a rant and tip video. If you like the content, please hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you can think of any other scenarios where maybe swinging 3-0 might not be a good idea, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Be sure, to go out there, pick up your coach, be respectful to your teammates and the opposing team, but never let up and never back down and go all out. Do it.